So tired. I keep on getting that something has been discovered. I don't know if this is some kind of crime. Something has been discovered about somebody, some ailment or something like this. So somebody knew something was going to come to some, okay? And they prepared, or it's almost like they prepared the exit already, right? Or like I said, because they already knew what somebody was going to try to do, or they knew something was going to happen in a certain, wasn't going to happen in a certain time. This also means that somebody could have broke off from a situation and went on to something else because they knew that this is like somebody that's saying, well, I'm wondering if this is somebody saying like, well, I knew that you was gonna get pissed off and you was gonna snap, and then they was gonna put you on, and then you was gonna be sick, or you was gonna be damaged, or you was gonna be something. Okay, this is like a group of people that thousands of people that went through this process, and they seen everybody come and go. It's like Moana and her dad, like, you know, he was so scared of her going on that mission because when he went, he said he lost his friend, his best friend. It's something like that. And I don't really feel like anybody's like tread lightly. Could be, but I don't know. It's like whoever these people is, especially on my Pandora that come through, my Pandora energy is not the same as it was like when I was channeling music or channeling like the first year or the second year, not even the third year. It's totally different. I feel like I switched my frequency, and also I just think it's different because the energies, that been watching. I know now that like these are people that, well, these are like pickers. Like they be picking on, these are people that didn't fuck with you at first and now they want to hang around. You know what I'm saying? And then like kind of like throw shit at you, but it's very tricky. It's very tricky. It's very tricky. It's like a kind of misshapen, misfit kind of energy. It's like mix and match. Like something is not based on like the crew or the people that was around you when you first start going through the process, or the people that was like, this is like little lingering, like lingerer, what do you call it? Lingering energies in and out. Like it's really not no rhyme or reason to it. So, and then also like hating females, or people that might feel like they got the person, or they joined the team, or they got the job over you, or they're sitting in something that you're supposed to be sitting in. um so anyways, we have abundance here. This is just gonna be a random. I just went to go get me something to eat. I was hungry. I'm back home, and I just gotta take time like this because it's just, you know there's nobody in there but the so-called immediate family, but sometimes it can just be over stimulating for me. So I think things are about to start quieting down around this time for bedtime for the D baby. And, everything is kind of shutting down. Everybody's not cooking in the kitchen no more. Things like this. Okay. So maybe we'll be able to get another table read in before I actually fall asleep. So, anyways, we have abundance here. Hold on. I think that's what that is. Yeah. These could be like these friends or these ladies in waiting or these people that were supposed to be of some type of guides or service, but they decided to try to be a handler for a prominent member of something. We'll use that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start using that. instead of powerful, a prominent member. And then we have the Ace of Wands here in reverse. They could be using losing some type of power or authority. Maybe they hadn't handled something properly. This is like, even if somebody was in prison, some prison guards or something like this, right? There could be people that holding on to something for somebody, that move things around, that block things, whatever this is. For some reason, this is like stopping energies, whatever that. If somebody went behind the scenes and collected something because they know that somebody trying to person in a position where they're in some type of situation. Um, say somebody put a person in false, wrongful or false imprisonment. Okay, a wrongful death. A wrongful termination. And while something is getting sorted, somebody could have snatched up something to stick it to the side for you. And some of these people could have snatched up something and they're living on it off of you. And they could be the ones that put you in a position. It's giving me Cookie Lyons. When she found out that her sisters was the ones that set her up and put the drugs or whatever like this to get her to put in jail. Okay. Somebody could be feeling like this right now. You could find out like three aunties, I think that these are girls though. Three people that was closest to you growing up, three children. Somebody was the reason why, in somebody's situation, why something stopped in your life. Because to be honest with you, I'm saying false imprisonment because, of course, if I'm talking to you right here, you're not behind bars. But you could feel like at some point in time, shit just stopped in your life, right? This could also be some kind of violation if these people know that they have a person under some kind of mental conditioning, and then they're trying to do a mental analysis, or they have you on some type of binding ritual, or false imprisonment, or they're using any type of military grade weapons or something towards your mental to block things or stop you or hold you. Anytime somebody have to go through these measures instead of putting you in an actual jail cell, there's something about you why you have immunity or something, and they're not supposed to be doing it any fucking way, or they fear God, or they fear something else. If they do try to restrict you in that manner, your energy level may change, and how you may alert a higher power, or they don't have any cause to do this. They just want to cause some type of gumption or stopping or something in your life. I'm also getting like fly guy energy, or the fly, or like fly paper. Like somebody wants you to get close to something, get one of your wings, stuck on the fly paper, stuck to something, okay? Because it's never against the law to be actually somebody that can have visions or be psychic, or you can know something about. It's not a crime to know something about something. Say something happened in Mexico. It's a mystery case. Say some Americans, we'll just put Americans in there just to make it make a little bit more sense. Because I don't know why I would be looking at a case from Mexico unless it was something so tragic that it made it into American headlines and news. But let's say, so we'll put Americans in there. Some Americans went missing. They went to Cancun for their honeymoon. They went missing. Um, and then somebody find their bodies, slain somewhere. And you do a reading and you pull up this information, you do a reading on it, and you say something exactly to the T, or you say something about something that the person was wearing, or some kind of detail that's not in the report, is not in the news article, it has not been on the media, but you have knowledge of this, but you've never been to Cancun, Mexico. You don't know nobody that been to Cancun, Mexico in the past 20 years. So you don't have nothing to do with this, but you said something that only the police officer and the people there will be able to know. It's not illegal to have that information. It shouldn't even make you a suspect if you're already stating that. If somebody is coming past my channel and you see 5 years every single day, I don't think I skipped a day without doing a tarot reading in the past 5 years or 4 years. Let's just give it 4. All right, because even if I'm losing track of time at this point in time, bitch, I don't know. Okay. So we'll just say 4, because I know probably for sure it's been maybe that long. And then we'll just use, if it was 5, we'll just use those, because I'm pretty sure I was doing readings then. Okay. Because even before I was doing readings, I was reading the Bible and reading history on my channel. Okay. So, okay. We got that part. And you say a detail. Yeah, it may be okay for somebody to come directly to go directly in your brain. This shit is supposed to be used for something else. This is not supposed to be used for because your auntie want to know if you slept with her 1993 because it was a rumor in the family and always treated you mean because you know you something or these people. I mean, I could see if there's like a private team, like some men in black type of energies or something like this, that's trying to get to the bottom of something, right? And they need to look at something in your I don't even see that without your permission, but they decide to so this case in a reality this shit would be dismissed from the courtroom. It would none of this stuff would even make it into the courtroom. With all the information that we disclose on this channel, you couldn't even probably have a case unless I was the one that brought it forward. So we were talking about something. We were talking about, okay, you can't help it if you online using your voice however you want because there is freedom of speech. Now, that's what I was going to say. So say somebody's like trying to look at, I want to get a good example. It shouldn't be used for anything like that unless it's going to open up some type of file because in 1993 somebody said you did something and ever since then you've been blocked out of some type of communication that goes out to the ethers or to a further realm or something like this. And it may be detrimental for you to get, but they need to look back at a certain situation to see what happened, all right, to prove your innocence or something like this, so that you could get that portal. I mean, get that line of communication back active, because it really wasn't like I see clearly. This is these people is doing all this shit and layering up all that stuff and layering to get this particular money. This person never even did nothing, and somebody needed to look back at something, and that's not going to be shared with everybody. But something like I said, something kind of lame or something like that, or family being able to do it, or random people and strangers you don't even know. They don't have nothing to do with this case. They're foreign to this type of intelligence. They just want to be nosy because they got money they can pay. Take a swim in your Ace of Cups, in your private thoughts, emotions, feelings, your most high information that's only geared towards you. It was made for you. If somebody else have an Ace of Cups, theirs is made for them. If they don't, then you wasn't supposed to have one. And that means you damn sure ain't supposed to have access to mine. That's like letting the enemy have access to your Ace of Cups. What is that going to do for me? So, yeah, something could be being uncovered here. All right. And we got a defeat here. Somebody could be showing that somebody's not in love with someone. Like I said, these people could have been hacking into your stuff, looking at your stuff, being nosy, playing around with your technology, your software, data, whatever this is in a situation. And somebody could be finding out, like, say this is one of your cousins, a sister, a mama or something, that this person only wanted to hurt you, or they only wanted to, somebody could have had an outburst. Got so mad. You know how mad and you say shit that you, or you could probably just say you didn't mean it. You just said it when you was mad. That, okay. But somebody could have found out something, all right? And so now we got dominion coming back into the play. Whatever this was, it could have been a company or an organization that liked the interaction between these two people. Say these two really quiet nerds or something, and they work at some facility or something, and people find out that they sneaking off and fucking in the bathroom. Both of them could have came back from, they could have been in restrictive relationships all throughout the time. They really, they were being downplayed in the bed. They was with people that didn't want to really give them the works. They was there to do the minimum just to keep the person stuck. They didn't want to give them nothing too good or even try, because maybe this will you know, motivate this person in some kind of way or whatever, or heal the person or something. I'm not sure. But somebody is seeing that something wasn't love. It just could have been excitement. This could be people that had their first time having a workplace affair or something. You know what I'm saying? The first time where something accidentally clicked. You know, it ain't like somebody went online like, hey, what's up, and sneaking around. But the first time you touched another person's hands accidentally trying to grab your cup from that side of the table, and you realize that there's a spark there. You know, something that's like spontaneous like that, right? Okay. So we have dominion here. And then we have oppression in reverse. So I feel like somebody's not supposed to be in oppression or some form of oppression. They're supposed to be in dominion. This could be why. Okay. Something happening. But we have to be careful here. This just caught my attention. The Ace of Swords. Somebody could be saying, oh, somebody's not in prison, or they wasn't in prison, or something like this, or no, you're not in some type of imprisonment or something like this. But this could be a lie, or we wasn't trying to put you in prison, or we wasn't oppressing you or something like that. See, you free to go. But this could be a lie. Somebody do have some kind of restraints on somebody's finances, their mind, their mental, some type of information, intelligence. Somebody has a whole, for what, I don't know, but somebody's lying, saying we're not oppressing this person, but they actually are. All right. And again, and somebody, like I said, somebody is not supposed to be in there because the works of this person is in the upright. They're not doing anything wrong. But somebody could be saying, we know that. That's why, yeah. So we got the Ace of Wands being passed over. This could be Shiloh energy. Again, Shiloh is going to possibly be coming when the judicial system is fucked up. And people, you can see the childish, the intentions of these people, and you do not trust the justice system to handle your case, or I don't trust them. I'll just say that in any way, form, fashion, or shape. And this might be, again, where we at. And somebody trying to push this in real quick, though. Now we got this little boy here. And then we have the rock star in reverse. I don't know why. I was thinking, why did Elton John kind of look like Whack 100? I was thinking about that. Because people like, damn, bitch, why you just saying stuff like that or whatever like this? But it's true. Like, what is wrong with saying that? I didn't say nothing. I didn't say go do nothing to these people. I didn't say anything. I just said, hey, that's what that looked like. Anywho, this could be a father and son situation here, where there is a son that's all lost in the world here. All right. Also a power complex between this Zeus energy. Like, who is Zeus? And who is Hades? And who is all these other people? And who is Goddess? And who is these other people here? It's almost like somebody is all three. I'm seeing like a M, or I seen a W first, but it could be M or W. Somebody could, they may not be a rock star. They could be an entertainer, or let's see if this is meaning that this person is not an entertainer. I'm hearing I'm not a rapper. So even if somebody is a rapper and they have a clone, they could have a clone that's not a rapper. You get what I'm saying? Or if it's an actor, they could have a clone that's not an actor. It's a regular schmegular person that look like this person. Could be a body double or a doppelganger, or just one of the clones that don't perform. Okay. But it's like almost like, well, I'm wondering if this is this Taurus and something happened to this person. We got the Victory here. I feel like somebody could have lost their sight or lost their hearing or something. Something could have happened to this person, and they had to be taken into some type of custody as like I don't know, for protection or something like this. Somebody could have been. Somebody could have did this to this person so they could be in a relationship or a lesbian relationship, or this could be somebody that is a girl. They could maybe look like a boy, but they might be a feminine, or they could be really a girl. But I feel like somebody did something to somebody so they could be in a relationship with a person. Okay. We got somebody giving something to this other person. And then we have gain in reverse. Now, mind you, these are some like deities or something like this that could be pissed off because Jesus or the Christ energy is saying stuff that they don't like. And again, I told you, this could be somebody that you allegedly was married to, but whatever version this person is in charge now. Remember how when Lucifer went away and Michael came down from heaven and he was tricking on them people and stuff, acting like Lucifer was doing this stuff and saying this stuff about them, but he wasn't. It could be a situation like that, might I add, okay? But this could be somebody that's gay and they only want to support gay people, but they're busing into the justice system and taking people's inheritance or taking positions and only giving it to these people. Like that's that. Say I said, hey, I don't want anybody that's on that gay rights activist type of shit. We got activists in the reverse. So maybe this person ain't an activist, but they're gay and they're offended by something that you said about gay people. This is exactly why I said that these people should not be in this position when it comes to judging and sword energy, comes to legalities and law. Because anytime somebody is sexual preference or something and adding it, or it's afflicting your work in some type of way. Okay. We all know even back in the day, you remember back when it wasn't even cool to be gay yet or something, and people had to wonder, like in the police precinct and shit like this, people had to, get used to things like in manly situations, you know what I'm saying? Lumberjacks and shit. Maybe, I won't say Brokeback Mountain because that could be something different, but, okay. And there was that kind of like blood curdling like fear of somebody finding out. I think I was watching some show or something, and the guy, it was like a guy that just had left his wife and went over to a man because he was, dealing with a guy, and they was actually kind of really did like each other, and they was starting their life together and everything. He left his wife for a man, and then but I think he was a police officer, and he was like a guy that you look at, he didn't look, he was not effeminate, he was just a regular guy. And you wouldn't have just been able to pick him off the street and say this person may be gay or something. And so there could be a situation like this. What was I gonna say? Oh, but he worked at the police station, and it was still an uncomfortable time for the people there. Like they thought that, I think a case came up about something, you can handle this because the situation, you like that, you just want to know if it's going to be like a conflict, and it was just like, are you sure, whatever, or it would be somebody like a little boy saying that, oh, that police officer did this or whatever to me, and they're like, well, we just really need to come and run it by you because we do know that you like men. But if a little boy is saying that we just want to make sure, and somebody's like, look, I'm not a like, I think the guy was like, I'm not a monster or something. I'm a gay man, yes, or something. And he just came out right there at the precinct and told them, right? So he could have been already like that, but he never said nothing. But I guess he already lived with the man, everything like this. I think that this is how it went, if I can recall. And he was like, yeah, I am. I'm a gay man. So what? Or whatever like that. Like just basically came out to like the sergeant or something. And then they're like, ugh. But he was like, but I did not do that shit, or that don't have nothing to do with me being gay or whatever. Like, I'm not going to be taking the blame for gay shit because, you know what I'm saying? Because now somebody knows that about me. I was about to say my secret, but I don't think he was even saying it like that. Now since somebody knows about it, right? We got the hacker in reverse. So I don't know, y'all, because I feel like there's somebody that's kind of dangerous a little bit. They could have not felt this way the whole time, but they feel some kind of way. They want somebody to get justice. I'm just wondering. I'm just gonna get off of it, but it'd be like, yeah, somebody want justice. They find one little thing. Say it's your favorite masculine, and you're like, oh my goodness, that's my favorite masculine. And they're gonna always hold a piece. They don't like that. Also trying to dig in that person's information and find one thing they did against you, because somebody could be ready to avenge somebody for everybody that did something small, and that's kind of attractive. That's kind of, motherfucker, you want to be attractive to me, bitch, go that direction, you know what I'm saying, to get justice, hopefully with no harm, maybe somebody getting locked up or getting punished for what they did, but hopefully, whatever. All right, so Okay. Like, that's the thing. If I can see something over here, I'm fucking with you. I told you this, or I'm saying this, or whatever this is. If you see something over there, then shit. Like, even if you just fuck with me like that, right? So, I don't know. I'm just getting like, I don't know. I'm just getting something because I was hearing don't cry. Okay. And, I just feel like there's a lot of people that's out of touch right now on the planet. And there's people that do feel like they have some kind of past, or there's some other shit going on like this. I don't know, y'all. But I don't know. I'm just feeling a strange energy, man. A strange vibe. Almost like a you energy or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody like I told you about my channel, there's no growth. But if you look at my channel and you weigh it and you got a brain, you'll be like, this bitch be putting in work over here. And, the content, it might piss me off. It might piss off other people in a certain arena. But, like, if you really content, like, it shouldn't be like this. So somebody could have tried to make it, you don't do work, you're not pushing for nothing, you're not inspiring or something like this. Just give it up. This. But y'all remember on that show, he was like, you do lie or something like this, right? So somebody could be in a situation like this, where somebody could be watching you and they're like, oh, that person that you with ain't shit, because I'm just telling you, somebody has been exploited on a level now. You can't help it. Whoever this is that we talking about, whether it's me or somebody else, you may have stalkers. I don't know. Somebody could be clearing them niggas out, but I don't know. There's something going on that's evening out something too. So, okay. So you have the tower here. This person could have got hit with a tower. I hope this person went down for something. If this is your baby mama or baby daddy or something, it might be because they are close connection to you, or these people feel like you, the person got the closest connected to you. They must have said something to you or something like this. Somebody could have even been like kind of heroic or something with something that they said or did to add to the case or a case here. Okay, but now there could be a child out there in the world by themselves. So don't cry. That usually means that somebody did taken out or hurt or something like this. And then we got peace here in reverse. So there is no peace. There could be a war. Again, it's time to be dominant about a situation. Something has happened here. And that'd be like, even with like the little things, if they're trying to strip away what already was surrounding me throughout my whole life without my knowledge, saying I'm not appreciative. How could I be if I didn't even know nothing about whatever the fuck this is? It could have been removing some type of, I don't know, something from around a person. And I don't know. It's just something kind of strange. We got virtue here in reverse with the fire department or something in the reverse here. This could also be, again, rescue. Somebody could have ended somebody's life so that they don't get rescued. Okay. Again, the rock star could be in reverse. I'm not sure why, though. Because even with this here like this, and the tower is about to touch this card, too. Somebody could have told about a plan of somebody helping you out of a situation, or they could be doing like another recycled like thing of like some group thinks that, oh, you're a royal, you're this, we need to put these things on you, but you better be careful because God created some of us right now in the now, and we don't got nothing to do with what was built in a certain, if I said that, you don't have nothing to do with what's going on, what's going on with the royal family. This is the future. So people better be careful when they thinking that they're going to put somebody, make somebody pay for the father's sin or other people's sins or something like this. Because I told y'all, it's two different, there's probably many more, but there's two main, we can verify that some children were supposed to, yes, pay for the sins of their father, and there was another group that was not. Okay? And so, again, you better be hoping it ain't somebody that's set apart, that don't got no, oh my goodness. Me. Okay, I'm already getting tired. Yeah, so somebody could have stopped something, okay? Some type of aid from coming through. This is people that'll sit there and listen and say, just don't say nothing. But like I said, you talking to somebody that you're not gonna be talking to like that. The message come out, I'm gotta get them out. And somebody's like, well, they was just about to give you this, but then you just said that, and then now they not gonna. Okay, stop being childish, because eventually you gonna give it or you gonna get it. Yeah, we got an activist in the reverse, and then we got a truce in reverse. I'm telling you, something is about to erupt here. And the journalist could be saying it's my fault, your fault, something like this. You don't have nothing to do with this. Okay? Yeah, like I said, there's no truce here. You don't have nothing to do with this. There's no truce. Somebody keep trying to blame a person for everything or something like this, and you don't have nothing to do with most of this shit. Okay? Yeah. So we got filmmaker energy. There's no truce. A filmmaker could be doing something. They want to do something with two people. This could be lesbians or something. So, oh, that's what I was saying. So somebody could be trying to get you back for saying, oh, I don't want any type of people that's going to have these sexual orientations, and they might be a part of these particular groups that are wide span here to be a part of this, because I don't want them trying to do like culture, like what they call it. Y'all know, something culture. All right, when these people are trying to like damage somebody, a collective group is trying to, with their own personal opinion, they're all mixed up. They don't have no clean hands where they can throw no stones, but they're using some type of electronic upgrades or something that they got that they probably shouldn't even ever have had, in order to push forward some type of frequency or energy to block things or to spy on people or something like this, right? It'd be like one of the movies when like them teenagers that got into some kind of situation or something, and then they all realized they had superpowers and everything was fun and games when they was just playing with it, but then they start using it for serious stuff and harming people or something like this, I think. If not, that would be a good movie, theme. But again, somebody could be wanting to film something here. All right, there might be two separate things. Somebody could be wanting to do this for this gay couple, and they also want to see somebody in their full power as a loner, walking through some type of process or something in their full dominant energy. Okay. Somebody could be trying to get like a daily double or some, I don't know, some shit like this. Okay. And they're not really disappointed here. This could also be same sex, like, somebody is an Eben and somebody is an Eben, and when they put their brains together, they produce something. That can also be something with the same sector or same sex energy. Be careful too, because that's what it meant. Instead of just explaining it to you in the first place before they hook you up to something that you're not aware of, that could be foreign to you and unhealthy for you. Okay. Same thing. Well, it's not the same thing, but it's like, which way is better. Okay. So we have the therapist is in reverse here. Somebody could be trying to do something, run you through the ringer or something, see if you could be prepared for something. This could also be somebody that has something to do with stopping you from getting some type of aid or stopping you from getting some type of care or something like this. Okay. This could be also somebody trying to get you prescribed something or something like this, like under the table or under the radar. Okay. And then we have the therapist could be in reverse. But this also giving me, damn, why this giving me old girl from Lucifer? Remember, he cared so much about therapists, right? But then he cared about the detective, but then he had to kind of get them all kind of like cool with each other. He cared about Maze, but Maze didn't really fuck with the detective, but things like that. Okay. But I think that Lucifer could have gotten, upset with, you could be somebody that is a dark energy. Don't have to be Lucifer, but you could be a dark energy. Somebody likes to, you could help a dark energy. Okay. I'll just say it something like that. But remember when he showed her, I can't remember what her name is. He showed her his true face. Okay. This could be also what that could mean in this case is that somebody is finding out, like, say somebody was just doing credit card fraud with somebody. Okay. They fell off into a relationship. They went on a whirlwind. They was fucking. They had money. They was playing around. The person knew that this person dabbled in something like credit card fraud. But Somebody start dealing with somebody and then they figure out, wait, it wasn't just credit card. Okay, but y'all get, oh, so y'all kill people first. And then you take their whole line of credit and live your life off of it while the person is dead or something. Like somebody could have seen a dark part to somebody, okay? Like I said, we're using scenarios to explain things to expand the mind over here in a way that why aren't we talking, why don't more people talk like this? About what's going on, this invasion or whatever this is that could have happened past, present, or future. And again, if somebody is the only person that was blindfolded to not see something and everybody else seen it and they lived through it and know it already and they don't want to hear it no more, then they would not have to come to this channel. But if just one person is waking up to this and realizing something, even if they don't want to, even if it's being forced, it could be a difference too in a situation. I'm hearing if they're forcing this on someone in order to get you stuck to the sticky fly tape, then there's somebody that's going to be that could be held accountable. That's a crime. But if you organically are waking up in something like this, okay, that's another whole nother thing. And it could also be a concern for these people, especially if you were supposed to already or they didn't want you to yet. Okay, I hope y'all sticking with me. So I don't know. Somebody could also be trying to make a person jealous or something like this by um showing up with a person. But I really am not thinking that this is this person. I'm thinking there's a collective people that know that somebody passed away. This could even be somebody that could be famous or somebody that could have been very prominent in some type of sector, and they know that they've been keeping a secret and they're panicking a little bit because if anybody look a little bit deeper into this, there could be some people that was hiding a death of a spouse, male or female, or a child or something, or a mother or a father for so many years, and these people just now, that'd be like Epstein really was dead 20 years ago. You get what I'm saying? And then they the person name back up to slander this person and shit like this, and put the person's name out in the media and get the attention so they can see if anybody might say I'm a child or I'm a family member of this person and step up so they can clear these people out because there's so much fucking money that these people want it for themselves and they willing to do anything. Or there's so much power that comes with something, or there's so much connections or something like this, or it could just be a big old gold bracelet or necklace that somebody wanted from somebody, or some shit like this, some dumb like that. But somebody could have thought that they were slick and they could have spent the past 10 years photoshopping stuff, putting stuff together, blah blah blah, saying this or that or something. And the real reason why somebody was being persecuted and looked at like that and everybody know this person's name because is because the person really didn't have nothing to do with that. There could be a group of people that had something to do with that. People could have even hijacked this company or something a long time ago and been playing with that. And they're all scrambling and fighting with each other because they don't know what else to do from here. They stuck. They knew the little things to do after Christ get out of hand, or if the chosen ones start waking up, to throw a little fireballs at them and get them to shut up. But now something is jammed up. Now they don't even know how to do that. Now they don't know nothing. They had a lot of knowledge about what was going on in the background, and now they don't have it no more. And they could have left some people behind because they wanted to do corrupt things and they knew to keep you off the radar, because if you were on the radar, then you would be able to know and you would say something, or you would tell, or these people would put somebody in slavery or servitude. This could be like even somebody claiming like the West Side riding the night. So this could also be somebody claiming that like don't even trip because you was over there at home with them kids and being bougie or wanting to be white or something, and one of the sisters that was hanging out with dudes, cooking them food, letting them come over and drinking shit at their house. She's more black than you because that's what that person was doing. Oh, this person was a manager. This person took care of themselves. They was a single mom. They paid all their bills and everything. This person deserved this better than you, or some shit like this, right? Just like, let's just say something like that. And so what they're trying to hide is maybe like, say you had a sister, a cousin, auntie, mama, somebody, a best friend. Somebody could have spliced your man or kidnapped your original guy or like a long time ago and start reprogramming slowly everything, right? About that person. It just depends on what type of position these people are in, or what type of companies their parents have owned, or what have they been able to accumulate, right? Is it cloning? Is it peer-to-peer communication? What is it? Was the person dating this person all this time, or with this person, wondering why they was with this person, thinking about you, whatever this is? Did they have to do a bid? What? Right? And then somebody find out, or did now people are was sleeping for 20 years, now they waking up like, wait a minute, you was not my high school sweetheart. You know, somebody else was my high school sweetheart. You get what I'm saying? So it could be some shit like this, okay? There's people screaming out shit like, "Oh, death over dishonor" and shit like this. And it's like, dude, why are you telling me that? I never took no oath with nobody about nothing. So don't plan on activists in reverse. Somebody could want you to go through some kind of activist moment, stand up, cause a revolution. Several people have done it to enter into their kingship before, but it's like, can somebody just be who they is and then go right into it, or do you have to do it that way? Who said that you have to do it that way? So we got oppression in reverse. Somebody could be out of prison even, okay? And then somebody, again, a liar. I'm telling you, somebody is saying that somebody is out of prison or something like this, and they are not. They might have died in there. They did not. They did not get out or something like this. Disappointment in reverse. You're not disappointing someone. Somebody is not. You're not disappointing a person. Okay. We got this hacker in reverse here. Why would they be saying that? Hold on. Because I know who this looked like to me. So my name can start with J, L, something like this. M. I'm wondering why it's looking like this, though. The hacker in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Somebody's lying. There could be, no, what I'm thinking. Some people did maybe go back to the beginning of my channel or something like this, or older videos, and they're trying to put something together, possibly. Somebody could be asking, because what I'm getting like this, it says virtue, and like this is like my rescue card. Somebody's like, I didn't get rescued or whatever and taken out of here, but they're lying. A hacker could have changed something to make something seem like something. A hacker could have tried to hack into something and say like you wasn't on a flight ship, like you wasn't on a flight log or something for a certain day or a certain time. Say I was like, I know that helicopter that came over here. I know y'all was hovering on that helicopter. I know you picked up somebody from this neighborhood in a strange fucking way. Not that long ago. The other, I just seen the helicopter, and somebody like, what the and somebody could be going back into some log or something to see if that's true, because there was a shipment. We didn't get to see who was coming in on that thing, but they did go back and get some people and retrieve them from a certain area. Go back and pull up that log and see who it was. And then somebody could have changed the name, or they said something like this to try to make it seem like somebody did not leave you for dead, or go and get help, or because I think this was like in the Jurassic Park movie. When those kids needed help or something, and that big guy like knocked those kids out the way and tried to get that cord and try to get himself to safety, right? And try to leave them behind. But somebody could be getting some type of wake up call. They're not gonna get to play around with something like that now, or like this, or this time. Also, I was getting when Beth was like, "Oh, you told her," I think that's what her name is. Okay, and um, on Yellowstone, you had my womb ripped out of my stomach or whatever, and then now you got a son, and somebody's like, just one. I got one son, and she's like, oh, you're not gonna have that son. I'm gonna take that son from you. So somebody could be hiding a child, or they think that you crazy like that, or you reckless like that, or if somebody was trying to, if this is somebody that's like, I told you, a man in your life, or a man that did something, I don't know if you could trust these people. These people, if you were supposed to get help or something, they're not gonna, they just took, so it's like, oh no, we taking your stuff and storing it up in heaven, or we got to dismantle you like this or whatever, or discompartmentalize you or dismember you like this, and then we're gonna come pull you out. But these people is so, you know, They don't realize that your journey was different than theirs and everybody else that they knew, and they taking so much offense to the shit that you done said. I was gonna help you, but bitch, you saying that, and these are people supposed to be professional. It don't matter. Like, if I come to the hospital and I'm about to give birth to a child, and then you sitting there asking me some fucking stupid questions, a baby head is hanging out between my legs, and I say, stupid bitch, you better get, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get in there and give me a gurney and take me to fucking back. The people know how to handle those type of situations, right? Okay. You ain't gonna be like, nope, I'm staying right here, bitch. You know how when people do road rage and they be trying to drive slow, or they be doing this, or they'll just park the car in total and have you beeping behind them just to be an asshole. You see what I'm saying? Both ways, some dangerous shit could happen or occur. So somebody shouldn't have done that. It might ruin their whole case or something. Okay. Somebody could have gotten an escape route. They could have been worried or stressed out about something, and this going to show that this person had some type of downloads coming in or something outside of themselves thinking. If this person was getting proved to get picked up or whatever the fuck this is and moved out of the way, that this was like I said, a man that was a coward or something and left all these women behind and got on some type of road to getting some type of um saving complex and left some people behind. Again, somebody should have did that shit, and I feel like somebody did. They're gonna have to accept defeat here. This is like this person got a family of seven girls and one boy, eight, and they got a inkling that a bomb is gonna hit. They are from a different dimension, and another dimensional people are gonna come in here like Jupiter ascending and gonna wreck some shit, right? It's gonna take 10 notches off your soul essence or some shit like this. I don't know. I'm making up something. Okay. But and then you just, because you have this secret weapon, or this was the father left this for the daughter to get away or get out of a situation. I keep on seeing the Epstein with the so-called black woman climbing up that rope. Okay. Hanging on that rope or something. They're like, these are strange, structures or something like this. But this is telling me something here, that somebody put loud and clear who they already paid with that ticket for to be saved out of a situation. But just say that some people was being prejudiced against me, or some people was being hateful or something like this towards me. And guess what they did? Instead of coming to get, or they knew that they was going to rob me or something like this, and then they picked up this person, or another bitch in the neighborhood. Don't even have to be somebody that you knew, but let's just say that this is the father of the house, the so-called man of the house, that's trying to brutalize and beat you and whip you into submission to be from behind the scenes. And this motherfucker right here, somebody that's responsible for you, your nurse, your doctor, something like this. Somebody took that rope. Okay. They always knew it was there, because if somebody gave you a little box or something like this, also like a movie I seen where this girl got a box, and in the box she was in jail since she was 5 years old. Now, of course, they probably didn't put a 5-year-old in jail, but think about this: if you hadn't been channeling or picking up messages or something like this to your spacecraft, to your fucking underground development people, to God, to the devil, whatever the fuck you do, okay, and you haven't been able to communicate, there's nothing wrong with you, but they cut it off when you were little just to do it, okay? And then now today they got to take monitor, or they got to open you back up, or open your top, or do whatever this is or something like this, right? Um and then send you, okay, let me slow down, because I think I just lost my train of thought. um and then, okay, somebody left you some kind of envelope or something and said, here's, $50 million, da da da, I love you. You wouldn't understand. Here's a packet or whatever with the information or something like this. And let's say that this ain't even snitching. This ain't even nothing like this. This is like when a child meets a certain age or something bad happens, it was put in the protocol that this child must have this information at this time, then their life is at stake. And then they have to, yeah, okay, even if somebody think it's not fair, they're gonna be on loan. When they get the information, I would imagine somebody would probably lock their, maybe get a hotel room out of town, go through the information or whatever, maybe concerned about their life or concerned, and then move on, right? If you realize there was nothing left, everybody in your family was dead, and you the only one left to survive, and somebody gave you all the money that the fuck you need to just hop on a plane right there, and then just go somewhere to get your head together and go through this file and shit like this, so you can know what the fuck going on, move on, go get you a laptop, whatever the fuck you need. Like, I don't know, this could be a good ass movie, bitch. We ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Okay, so you got defeat here. But I think that somebody's life is a movie, or has been, or was supposed to be, or whatever. Okay? So, I'm so thirsty. I think I am going to have to. If there's something in here.
Waiting for connection.
Okay. So, this
Bluetooth
could be.
Connection success.
Okay. Say somebody had like a court case or something like this. Like I said, and they were trying to act like they didn't estrange you, and all these people trying to come back to you. Now, maybe these people had a plan, and they was going to come back to you naturally, chill. Damn, you bringing attention. You bust the whole thing out. I don't give a fuck about nobody saying that to me if you did not make sure to me that I know about a plan. Don't do that. I don't like that, because we're seeing all day, past 3 days, all these days, that a Queen of Swords energy or a mother figure or somebody that's a stand-up person was not in the group chat about something that was going on with some people that was celebrating, but they're not about to be celebrating no more. This is like some breakout, some kind of theme breakout, of war or something breakout. Your spouse went 2 hours away back to the parents' house to go for a dinner or something. This time you decided not to go. Something broke out at your kids winning everything. Something broke out down there. They all, some military people came in and ushered them all out and said, y'all got to come with us. Can't nobody go back to their home or nothing. You know, you can't make no phone call. No, you got to come with us or whatever like this. You see what I'm saying? And then you got kind of like left behind. We got justice here. Okay? So, I don't know. That may show something here about a person. This could be a perfect stranger. That was a hacker. That when that message dropped, they just didn't want you to get protection. Your people already been dead. Somebody already been gone. But a hacker shut down something so that the wrong person or a robot or something like this could get on that thing and get out of a situation here. I'm telling you, somebody was doing something. They was maneuvering something in some type of way. We got a public defender here. This could be some people that went in the underground bunker 5 years ago. Some men could be also beating up on a woman or trying to make a woman feel bad for maybe saying something that's harsh that make a man feel little, but they sticking up for this person. Like if men is sticking up for that kind of man or something like this, if this was somebody like a father that left their child or some shit like this, what the fuck wrong with you? You might feel like they don't deserve to be belittled either, but who the fuck are you to say that they can't or they won't be or whatever this is? So there could be public members that want to defend somebody now, okay? Or hold on, why do it's like this car smell funny? I'm about to fucking die of carbon monoxide poison. Hold on. Oh, my fucking window, bitch. I'm not ready to die. So if that happens, y'all, I didn't do that on purpose. Okay, because I smell something weird coming from this car. You know what? Matter of fact, let's finish this up because that shit is getting up in. It's making me feel weird. It's making my stomach nauseated. Could be something maybe leaking in this car. From this car. Anyways, I will be back when we go inside. All right. Hold on.